Gordon, this was a fun one to watch. Half the time, I felt like I was watching a replay of meets that we've already seen this year. And then the other half the time, it felt like I was seeing brand new stuff. So I divided this into two categories: stuff that we've seen already, stuff that stayed the same, and then stuff that was brand new that adds a little bit of a twist to this track and field season. I'll start first with what stayed the same. Sha'Carri Richardson dominating 100. She goes 10.74 in the prelim, which was her second fastest time ever. Then she goes to the final and into a minus 1.2 headwind, runs a 10.77. So now she's got 4 times all time in the 10.7s. It just seems like she's settled into the sweet spot where you can expect a 10.7 out of her, which obviously, without saying, that puts her in extremely elite company. I know you had a little bit of fun with those wind calculators. You turn it around and then you don't have a headwind and then you put it as a tailwind. I don't know how accurate those things are, but hey
man, it's super accurate.
Interesting to speculate. Yeah, it's interesting to speculate. There it is.
Yeah, apparently with 0 wind, it would be a 10.69, which is pretty incredible. I mean, 10.77 in a headwind is pretty impressive. And it's not just a slight headwind. It's pretty major, 1.2 miles per hour. So not meters per second. 1.2 miles per hour would be very different.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, she's just showing consistency on consistency on consistency. And, the only thing you got to think of, like, the only thing left now for her to do is, like, make sure she keeps this consistency at the trials and ultimately at the Olympics. Even at the trials, even if she doesn't have a consistency at the trials, you'll be able to forget about it because, like, all right, whatever. It's a qualifier for the Olympics. But you don't want her to go on in 2021 and have run, like, 7 10.7s, maybe 1 10.6, and then all of a sudden she just runs 10.8 in the final and gets second. And, you want her to be able to have this resume kind of end with on a high note. Now, again, she's young, so even if she did run 10.8 in the Olympic final at the age of like 2021, it's not the end of the world. She'll be back stronger than ever. But she seems like she's in her prime of primes right now with what she's running, even though she's so young.
I think after she ran the 10.75 last year, people obviously were like, okay, 2 years. Sorry. Whew. Time flies when you're literally not doing anything for 2 years. I think when she ran the 10.75, some people thought, okay, well, was that the peak? Was that the apex of her career? We've seen it before where college kids run their fastest in college, and she's just completely disproven that with every single run. And the amount of times you run 10.7, as you mentioned, and if you talk about going sub 10.7, you're putting yourself in just the top tier. Like, it's just not common to see people run this quickly, let alone it being in May. I think she's worked herself to the point where she has a huge margin of error in the United States. I don't know if you have a number in mind of what could make the team for the women in the 100, but obviously a 10.8 is going to make the team.
Yeah.
Anybody would say that. That's so basically she could run a full 10th slower, maybe even 2 tenths slower than she's running right now, and she'd still be fine. That's not going to be her mindset going in. It seems like she's running every race to the best of her abilities, and she's getting quicker and quicker. So, yeah, I just felt like it was Groundhog Day for Sha'Carri Richardson.